Where the MCAs are when they are singing?
In the County Assembly of MERU.
They are inside the County Assembly of MERU?
Yes.
And that was the same day when they were set to impeach you?
It is the same day.
What song is being played inside the County Assembly?
That's a Kikuyu song, praising God, and then saying that after victory, the name of the Lord shall be praised. So they are anticipating for a victory.
You have been a member of parliament for 5 years. Is that behavior parliamentary in nature?
No.
It is not. And did you expect to have a fair hearing before such a tribunal or a committee or a house?
No.
No. Why do you feel that you do not have had fair hearing before the MCAs in MERU?
Because they had already made a choice.
Thank you. So they had already made a determination on
Yes.
your impeachment motion. Thank you very much. Very briefly, I want to take you through the 6 charges and in a very summary form, give your response to each of them. 1, you have been accused of nepotism and illegal appointments. And to this extent, I want to ask you specifically, are you guilty of nepotism and illegally appointing your husband or spouse to a county office?
Not guilty.
Did you appoint your husband to a county office?
No.
In what position did you appoint your husband to?
I only appointed him as the ambassador of Hustlers of MERU and then the patron of MYS.
Is that appointment in a county office?
No, it isn't.
What were you intending the first gentleman to do in the appointment that you gave him?
The patron, as we know, or as I believe, is a person who assists, gives aid, supports financially, socially, and expected the first gentleman to assist our youth in Meru County.
Specifically on the issue of the Meru Youth Service, was it your intention for the first gentleman to overshadow or take over the mandate of the board?
No.
What would have been the role of the first gentleman in the discharge of his duties towards the Meru Youth Service?
It is to help the young men and women financially and also give them moral support.
So it was for moral support and, where possible, assist them financially?
Yes.
Are you aware of other initiatives by other first ladies or first gentlemen that have similar initiatives?
Yes, I'm aware.
You are aware. Were the other previous governors in Meru, or rather had the other previous governors in Meru appointed their spouses for similar initiatives?
They did. They had offices, they had vehicles, and everything.
Thank you. Does the first gentleman draw any salary or remuneration from the county government of Meru?
He has never drawn any coin from the county government of Meru.
Thank you. Let us briefly move on to the issue of roadside appointments, and I want to put them together. You have been accused of recruiting workers in Timau, specifically firefighters, and I think this is important that you confirm to the committee. Did you or did you not appoint firefighters at Timau?
I did not.
You did not. But, Honorable Governor, you made pronouncements that were understood to mean that you recruited firefighters in that event, and that evidence was brought before this committee. What did you do at Timau?
At Timau, through my Okorea program, I identified some young men and ladies who will be of great help to Timau area and who understands the geographical area of Timau to assist the county government or even to make calls to our office, that is Okorea office, so that we can liaise with the county government to assist.
So In a very summary form, what would be the role played by these people you recruited at Timau?
To make calls to our office.
To make calls to your office?
Yes, that is the Okolea office.
Why was it necessary for them to make calls, and calls in respect to what assignment?
Because they understand the area.
They understand the area.
Yes.
Was there any particular issue with the fire or firefighting within Timau that called for this intervention?
Yeah, there were several issues.
What kind of issues?
The area, one and no fire engine.
Yes.
They requested the government to intervene.
Yes.
At the same time, they wanted us to assist with people that understands and can bring to our attention what is happening, especially when such events emerge.
So would you call then those people as a liaison between your office and the community?
Yes, they are.
Has any of those people that were appointed at Timau drawn any salary from the county government?
They haven't.
Have they been given any appointment letters?
Not at all.
Have you forwarded any of their names to the county public service board
Not
for
at all.
recruitment?
No.
Have you instructed any county office to adopt or recruit those people?
No.
The appointment at Kobo again, you were seen appointing watchmen. Why, to begin with, were you at Kobo in the first place? What was the issue?
It was a call by the residents, especially at the market center, where they needed my assistance to get some watchmen. And at the same time, several other issues arose, and I was not alone. We were with the area MCA.
The people you were seen recruiting as watchmen, in what capacity were they supposed to serve? Is it within the county government, or exactly in what capacity, and who was supposed to pay them?
I was supposed to pay them.
You were supposed to pay them?
Yes.
As the governor of Meru, or in what capacity?
As the Okolea program director.
So you were then offering employment in your capacity as a director of Okolea?
Yes.
Thank you. I'm sure later on you'll have an opportunity to talk about that Okolea initiative. You have also been accused of directing the MERU Level 5 hospital to spend at source. Did you at any time do that?
No, no, no.
What did you do? You were seen in that rally talking about waivers, talking about spending some cash. What exactly were you after?
I was invited by the committee and the acting chief officer of MERU Teaching and Referral Hospital to pay them a visit. We sat with the committee, that is the board, and afterwards we were to give address on what was deliberated from the meeting.
So there was a deliberation and there was a communication to be made?
Yes.
What was that deliberation about?
One, they wanted to use or to assure that they will use the money at source according to the act.
So that was their request?
That was their request.
What other deliberation were you supposed to communicate to the public based on the meeting that had transpired?
They had a list of people that they wanted to waiver the poor.
Is that the same list you communicated to the public?
Yes.
Thank you. Very quickly, again, let's talk about incitement, bullying, and vilification, and this is very key. You have been seen in those videos in an incident where it has been interpreted to mean that you are vilifying the minority chief whip and other leaders, including the Senator of Meru, the Cabinet Secretary Agriculture, MP for Tigania East constituency, who is in this building, and the Catholic Church and clergy. So very briefly, I want you to talk about the vilification of minority chief, whip, and other leaders, specifically on the incident that took place at the minority chief's whip's ward. That is Mwenda Ithili. Did you or did you not humiliate and vilify that particular member of
I did not
Congress?
humiliate Mwenda Ithire.
You did not humiliate him. You were seen asking the member of County Assembly to apologize. Why were you asking the member to apologize?
I did not ask the member to apologize. It is the crowd or the residents of the area that insisted that the MCA should apologize.
Why would they insist that their member of County Assembly apologizes?
Because of the incidents that had occurred previous days.
What incidences are these you're referring to?
The issue at the County Assembly of Meru when they walked out while I was giving out my speech.
So the day you were at this word, was it before or after the attempt for you to deliver the address to the assembly?
It was after.
It was after. Let's talk about the Senator of Meru County, Honorable Kadhuri. Have you at any moment tried to vilify the Honorable Senator for Meru County?
No.
Has there been any evidence brought before this committee indicating or rather showing you vilifying or even mentioning the name of this senator?
No.
There has been an issue about you talking about the Cabinet Secretary of Agriculture. Again, has there been any evidence brought before this committee where you are seen talking about the Cabinet Secretary for Agriculture?
No.
But then, Governor, I want to take you back to a video that was played here. And it is seen where you are purported to have said that certain leaders in Meru, specifically the Senator of Meru and the Cabinet Secretary, were demanding a share of your government, and you made certain utterances. Is that correct or not correct?
It is not correct because from the videos that have been played here, there is nowhere that I've mentioned any of the two said leaders.
But you mentioned not sharing any bread. You said you were not ready for nusu mkate. What were you making reference to?
I was making reference to the MCAs who had already demanded that they want a share to themselves and then they leave the bigger share to me, as we saw from the clips.
So you were making reference to MCAs who had made a request or a demand to have a share of your government?
Yes.
Have you at any time personally made any statements against the person of the Member of Parliament for Tigania East, Honorable Mporo Abori?
No.
You have not. Has the said Member of Parliament ever sought from you an apology or complaint for any form of vilification or humiliation?
No.
Chair, I have had a comment from one of the members. Thank you for that guidance.
Order. Address plenary from this chair. What are you saying?
Chair, I have had a comment, and if my memory serves me right, from the Senator of Meru. I was wondering whether that ought to be responded to.
Comment which day?
Right now, I have had a comment from the Honorable Senator.
No, the only things you can respond to, Council, are things that are brought to your attention through the chair. The chair has not invited the MP for Tigania to address us. Until he addresses us is when you respond.
Thank you, Chair, for the guidance. Honorable Governor, you have also been accused of vilifying the Catholic Church, and there was a priest, Father Elias Kinoti, who appeared before the committee yesterday and felt particularly offended by your statement and targeted as a person who should be prejudiced. Are you seen anywhere, or is there any evidence indicating you vilifying the Catholic Church or even the very priest who appeared before this committee yesterday?
No.
Briefly, can you explain to this committee why you had that meeting at Igoji Boys? What was the discussion all about, and why was the Diocese of Meru involved in that discussion in a very brief manner?
The issue of Igoji, one, we earned pending bills that the Diocese of Meru wanted to be paid by the county government.
How much were they demanding from the county government?
7.7 million.
7.7 million. For what purpose were they demanding that?
They claimed that the piece of land belonged to them.
And what did you do about that request for pending bill?
I went ahead to do some investigation to get the real knowledge if the piece of land belongs to Diocese of Meru. And also the residents came to my office and asked for intervention.
When you say residents, what kind of residents and from where?
The leaders from Igoji.
Leaders from Igoji. So were you responding to their request?
I was responding to their request.
Did you at any time cause chaos and accost or assault the priest who appeared before this committee yesterday?
No.
Was any information about his vilification or assault brought before your attention?
No.
Let us move very quickly to the forceful entry into the County Assembly of Meru. Were you invited for that meeting?
I was invited.
Was there any letter cancelling that meeting that was brought to your office?
There was no letter cancelling.
When you entered that premises, were you accompanied by any goons?
Not at all.
And when you entered, which office did you first go to?
I first went to Speaker's office.
And what did you do at the Speaker's office?
I signed the visitor's book.
Was that with the welcome of the Speaker or without his welcome?
It was welcome from the Speaker.
Who ushered you into the chambers?
It is the Speaker.
Who welcomed you to deliver your maiden speech?
It is the Speaker.
Who ushered you out of the chambers after the chaotic walkout?
It is the Speaker.
It is the Speaker. We have seen stones being pelted towards you. Was that stone from the County Assembly or outside the County Assembly?
From the County Assembly.
So from your evidence and understanding, who was throwing that stone at you?
The MCAs.
The MCAs. We move very quickly to the issue of nomination of CECs. You have been accused of not following the law, and you have been accused